A lot of people have asked us, can I take a tour of guided by mushrooms? And while we would love to accommodate all those, right now we're too growing of a business and too busy expanding into a new facility that we can't accommodate you. But the next best thing is this video tour of Guided by Mushroom Farms. So check it out and come on in. So this is our bagging area. This is where all the magic starts, where we begin the beginning of the mushroom process. And everything we grow is on sawdust, which we use Somerset hardwood pellets, and soybean hull pellets from Brubaker grain that we get to grow our mushrooms on. And this is our mushroom bagging machine. And Derek here is going to show us what goes on to start the process. And as you'll see, everything is dumped into a bag, hydrated, into our autoclavable plastic bags, and we're going to get them ready to be sterilized, which is the second step of mushroom growing. And from there, we'll go to the lab. But until then, we're going to take you out to see our sterilizer. So this right here, we call this Big Bertha. This is our atmospheric steaming machine. And what it does, it steam sterilizes all these bags, which have been sealed and hydrated, heats them up to over 200 degrees for about 10 hours. The greatest thing about it is there's no smell to it because we're heating these up with just steam, and you can't, we don't even know what's going on, so it's great. So these are sterilized, and then once they're sterilized, we take them into our highly clean room, which our laboratory, and then we're going to add the fungus to them and get the magic going even more. So we're here in the lab. After our mushroom substrate has been sterilized, the next step is inoculation. And we have to do our inoculations in a very clean, sterile area because we don't want contamination. We want our fungus to have no competitors for our substrate. And so how we do this, we do a transfer of fungus in front of a laminar flow hood. And a laminar flow hood is a large HEPA filter. It's a very, it's like 99.99% contaminant free. It gets all these things out of the air. And how it works, we have an industrial Dayton fan that blows air into the HEPA filter, and then it forces the air out the front, and that's sterilized air. And that provides our lab tech, Derek, here with what he needs to do a clean fungal transfer. And so I'm going to turn the laminar flow hood on and let Derek kind of show you how we do it. So after we get all of our mushrooms inoculated and sealed up in the lab, they move to an incubation area. And depending on what kind of strain they are, our oyster mushrooms take about 7 to 10 days in some cases before they're ready to go to the fruiting chamber. Or the shiitake mushrooms that we're growing for Dorothy Lane Market right now, they take like 3 months. So there's a lot that goes into them. But as you can see, the fungus has thoroughly propagated itself across the substrates on its way to becoming full mushrooms, which everyone loves in their belly. So now we're in the fruiting chamber. After the mushrooms have been thoroughly inoculated, they're covered in what's called mycelium. That's that white stuff here, which is the root network of mushrooms. And once they become completely inoculated and grown all the way through, we cut holes in the bags. And what happens then is the mushrooms, the mycelium, says oxygen, humidity, and then mushrooms start to grow because those are we've replicated the conditions that mushrooms need to grow inside of our indoor greenhouses. And people are just happy to see these beautiful, gorgeous, delicious mushrooms on their table and throughout businesses all across Ohio and the region. After the mushrooms are picked, they're packed to go to grocery stores, or they're turned into food or medicinal products, like one of the many we've got here. So we grow reishi mushrooms, which have been involved in Chinese medicine for thousands of years. Lion's mane tincture, which is super good for your brain. And we've got a whole line of different food products, like our lion's mane mushroom honey. We have a line of spice blend powders that are made from our oyster mushroom powders. We've got some Greek herb blend, a odrissa, which is like a harissa. It's a really hot, spicy. And then we have gourmet salts as well, chestnut mushroom salt and Namiko mushroom salts. They're delicious, they're nutritious, and people love them. We're selling more and more of them every day, and we want to sell a lot more of them and create a really good, positive business guided by mushrooms and in our community. So one of the great things about our product, compared to like some of the larger mushroom farms, is that we grow all our product on sawdust and soybean hulls. And when they're done making mushrooms, they have an even better use, potentially better use, and that is helping break down compost, helping reinvigorate soil that has not been treated well, because one of the biggest problems in soil today is that the fungal microbe relationship is all out of whack because we poured so many fertilizers on the land, and fungus can be one of the healers of that. And what we plan on doing with our spent blocks is taking them out of the farm immediately and to another facility, a farm, landscaping company, who can deal with these and help make their agriculture better and more productive and healthier for the environment. A lot of people are doing research right now that's really promising into putting them into animal feed. And what they're finding is that the fungus is helping the animals develop greater immune systems. And we can all use that, animals and humans today.
Finally, not only does Guided by Mushrooms produce delicious food products for grocery stores, restaurants, and consumers across the region and the United States, we believe that giving back to our community is an essential part of our business. Under our mushroom sponsorship program for the House of Bread in Dayton, citizens from across the Miami Valley have stepped up to sponsor the donation of hundreds of pounds of fresh, delicious mushrooms for our brothers and sisters in need. As our business grows, we plan on expanding this program to benefit those in need across the region.